I'm Madeline.
And I'm Christina. This is your weekly download.
Well, Christina, we got a fun topic this week to chat about, which is tech spending. So, I had actually read an article about a week or so ago from the Wall Street Journal that was talking about technology spending and how it actually was turning on the wasteful side. Because with COVID, a lot of companies are activating, all of this new technology, but they really don't know what the ROI is going to be. And they just keep going, whether it's a brand new shiny thing or they're just trying to increase efficiencies at work. They just keep buying all this new technology. And it's actually expected to be worldwide $3.9 trillion in just IT spending this year alone. So we're seeing a lot of spending happening, but we're not seeing as much ROI from it. And even the VP of the research for Gartner had kind of brought up that point in that article, being like, we really need to think, what is the technology that we're buying and how we're going to use it? What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so that's a great question. And working in a consultative space, we answer that question almost on every phone call we have with our prospects or clients. It's how do you make smart decisions? And if you know that you have to spend money on technology, what area of the business is maybe lagging right now? Which part of the business is the most exposed in terms of technology advancement? And so one of the first places that we'll look at, because technology standards are changing so quickly, is in the area of security. So, what does the infrastructure look like? How is our data being housed? And what is the security measures around that, including clients' information? If you have to have some type of governance around HIPAA or PCI, or if you have the other PII information that's available, then security and keeping that data out of nefarious hands is important. But there's other areas to look at as well. I just mentioned hardware and software. We can talk about software a little bit. In software, there's definitely a lot of advancements being done, and I think that here if we look at the business as a whole, every business, whether it's small or large, has different operational areas. So you got your accounting function. If you've got inventory, you've got your inventory functions, and you have your sales functions, and so on, right? So which area of the business, if perhaps hasn't been addressed or hasn't been modernized most recently, that might be an area that you could look at for your tech spend. So how do you figure that out when maybe everything is screaming at the same time? Talk to your people and the ones who are using the technology every day. You'd be surprised at how many CEOs or people who are coming into a conversation about tech strategies and tech modernization maybe haven't really talked to the end user as much to find out what their pain points are. The educated consumer is definitely the one who's doing those surveys internally at their organization to find out what the pain points are. The software is one way. What about you? What do you think about in terms of other areas where businesses can improve or find ROI?
Well, I think you bring up a good point with software. I think not only just talking to the people who are actually using the product, but look at what the licensing, look at what is actually being supported now. A lot of times we see from Microsoft, as new products come out, the old products get phased out, but they also will tell you what the end of support is and what that end of support date is, when they are no longer going to support any of the help around it. And it's not just about, hey, I'm not going to get help with this anymore from Microsoft. But it's also that's telling you Microsoft's not putting, or any technology firm, to be quite honest, is not putting that time and energy into developing that specific tool because, well, it's outdated and we've moved on to something stronger and better. And that's not necessarily about something shiny so much as they've now known to hide or fix the problems or patch the system that it had before. So really keeping track of where your actual licensing and the support for it goes is really super important. And if you're still running off of Windows 95, well, then we need to look at that, because that's not something that's has addressed the new age of technology and to the biggest part of security.
But what we're going to do in our next episode is we're going to run through a list of the top things to think about when you're doing a tech modernization project. And so that one sounds like it's going to be real exciting. I'm really looking forward to doing that one with you, Madeline.
It's going to be exciting. We're going to help you be a smart consumer because there's a lot of information out there and we're well aware of that. And there's a lot of different tech companies showing you what is new and fun and awesome. But you need to be able to see that yourself and help you figure out where to go.
Absolutely. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. For this one, please be sure to like and subscribe. Click that little thumbs up and click the little subscribe button that's on YouTube so you
And
can
ring the
stay in
bell so you can get
and
notifications
ring the
when we
bell.
release a new episode.
There you go. All right. Always a blast to talk with you, Madeline. See you next time.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.